I was waiting for you. Hi, it's us again.
Hello again.
Okay, so for those of you that missed the first one you're missing out. You should go back and watch it of how this unlikely friendship has forged and how all that transpired, how we united, how our stories uplifted each other, and what else was it in the recap? There was a place I was and I needed to hear from God and was praying about something, and He sent her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right? Is that pretty much summing up?
Pretty much. He
Okay.
was like, you guys need answers, and He sent us to each other.
Yeah. So I forgot my hoodie at home, and I remember that I gave her one, so I'm wearing it. I hope I don't stretch it out. Okay, that's not true. This is mine. Okay. But so anyway, she's, as you can see, wearing the confident one.
Yes.
Right? The new one is coming
Oh,
out.
wait, we're back
And
on the mirror here.
Don't try to request
So
one of the
good.
blue ones because it was specially made for her. She's the only one that has it, so sorry about it. Okay, so the story before, how everything was in line and everything was mind-blowing, was good, and it was just awesome. So we shared it with you guys on New Year's Day.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why this is the story of the year. So some things have transpired since then that even blew my mind, which is hard to do. And when it was already weird how things worked out, and it got a whole
Yes.
lot weirder. So we're
Yes.
going to tell you about it. You want to take over from here and get the ball rolling? Or you want me
I'll
to
get
keep
the
going?
ball rolling, but
Okay.
this is like the sequel.
Yes.
And this is where he got truly blessed. So I'm going to let you tell most of it.
Okay.
But, so I showed my mom the video. She already knew about the whole hoodie and how, it was an answered prayer. And the keys, if you want to see that, you know where to find it. It's the story of the year. So she goes over to her friend's house. They watch the video. They're all inspired. They go to get some merchandise, and it turns out that we have so many more ties than we thought. And because I told my story with this guy, not only did we find out that 2 people in my mom's group know him, but one of them was the person that prayed over me and told me that I would receive the 3 keys, has also prayed over this guy.
Yes.
But now there are like so many people wearing your clothes and feeling the inspiration through them.
See, what had happened was about a little over a year ago, I was working at a car lot, and my coworker and the people I work for and stuff are close friends to the lady that prayed over her. Okay, so one night I was in there, and this had been on my mind and heart for a long time. I've been working towards it, and I was just in a very tired spot. I was drained emotionally, spiritually, and everything, and I was wanting to quit. And I remember it was like towards the end, we're about to shut down and everything, and the common friend shows up to visit and is praying over somebody, and I'm just, I'm got my head down praying in agreement and everything and listening and everything. It didn't really speak to me, but I wanted to, join in prayer. So, but the thing is, right before that, I was getting ready to, like when we closed, just sneak out and leave without saying bye or nothing because I didn't want to talk. I didn't want nothing. I was very weighed down. I was very heavy and tired and all this stuff. So anyway, our mutual friend starts to pray over her, so I, was listening and everything, and I asked her to pray over me next, right? So she does, okay? So she manages to make me cry in front of all my coworkers and everything. But here's the thing. She starts praying over me, and without me telling her anything or where I'm at mentally and all this stuff, she already knew. So she's praying over me, and she's like, I remember she said something along the lines of, oh, my hands are warm and tingling. This happens when I pray over somebody that's anointed. She's like, oh, there's definitely an anointing on you, which I knew, but I wasn't like real confident in it at the time. See what I did there? Real confident in it. So anyway, Then she proceeds to say, she goes, "You're tired." She's like, "You want to give up, you want to quit." She's like, "Oh, but you can't." Oh, no, you know how she prays.
Yes.
And she's like, "No, you
She
can't."
is moved,
She
yeah.
goes, "Oh, he's not done with you yet. Oh, he's got work for you." He's like, "He's not finished with you." And then she's like praying over me and all this. She's like telling me like, "It's okay, you're tired and everything. He knows he's not done with you, right?" Tell me why we figured out that it was the same lady that prayed over her and told her about the keys, which I didn't know about. And I put the key in the bag to deliver to her after the whole how we met and everything, which is in part one if you haven't seen it. And then we figure out later that it's the same lady that prayed over me at the car lot when I wanted to quit. And ironically enough, the design before this one was "Don't Quit."
Yeah.
So that happened, and we wanted to share it with you guys because it was absolutely amazing. So I was doing something. I was messaging my buddy that I worked for at the car lot, and I was showing them because they're always rooting for me and everything. And we have a mutual friend, Lisa. If you see this, hi Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
That tied all this together. Because that's who knew the lady that prayed over us. Am I allowed to say her name, Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy.
Nancy, if you see this.
Shout out to Nancy.
Yes.
Full circle.
Hey, if a lady
She gets the word.
Hey, if a lady named Nancy wants to pray over you, you let her, okay? Okay, so, he started something like, yeah, they're all talking about you and this and this and that. It was Lisa's friend, all this, and then she messaged me and tells me about how it was all, and we figured out it's the same lady that prayed over both of us. I mean, yeah, we could make this up, but it wouldn't be as cool.
It came full circle, though. It did.
Yes. So, that is the type of God that we serve, that makes all these things happen and come to pass. And we were just excited to share that part with you because it's amazing.
I have to share, though, because what I feel, not only that was all connected in their small world stuff, but since I have been wearing my Impossible hoodie, I have had people stop me and ask me about it. It's the logo, the same thing that I came to you, like, what is this about? And now we have a story behind it, and they can go see what it's about. And there's so many testimonies that are moving people, and they're moving them closer. It's not even that, it's so crazy because it's just an article of clothing, but it was what was put on him. And this is why. It's not because it's a shirt. It's not because it's a word. It's because it is hitting people right where they need it. It is his message. I got the God bumps. And so now I feel like, he had me reach out to you to answer your prayer, because now you were wondering about the company. He was in a dark place as well, just like me. And now we've come to the understanding that my mom and her whole tribe of women are now wearing the tryeffect brand, and they are all loving it. It's moving them, and they're walking in confidence. And I've watched testimonies that you've put up now, and they're inspiring me, and it's just, the word is getting out, and it couldn't be more beautiful how that all just took off from there. It's like it was a launching pad. Like I told you, keep going.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, when God gave me this vision, it was a little over 2 years ago now, and it was over a year before I even started and put it in physical form. But this right here, what is happening, and what she just said about people seeing it and starting the conversation and all this stuff, that is exactly what he showed me in the vision. That is exactly what he showed me. He didn't show me everything, but these are bits and pieces that's coming together. Another thing he showed me was that I would be speaking in front of crowds of people. Well, I've done that through lives and everything, but this was in physical form with people around me. So last night I got invited out to speak in front of a group of men. It's a rather large group, probably 20 or so. And it went really well, and it's kind of spur of the moment or whatever, and I didn't really prepare too much about it. I just prayed and went and shared and spoke. And when I very first had the vision, I remember one time is he always uses mature women, older ladies, to speak to me and to basically prophesy and confirm things to me every time. So, like when he used Nancy to pray over me and pray over her as a woman. There's this one time I was getting an MRI done, and I was having a conversation with the receptionist, this lady, and she was probably 40s or 50s or so. We're having this conversation, and it was very early on when I had the vision. And we're talking, and she goes, I have to tell you this. It won't leave me alone, and I don't normally do this, and I don't want to feel like I'm telling you how to live your life or whatever. But she goes, and I just smiled because I already knew what she was about to say to me, and without me giving her any kind of hints or anything, she just knew. So she says to me, she goes, I see you speaking in front of crowds of people, not as a preacher, not as a pastor, but like a speaker. I see you speaking in front of crowds of people. And I've known this for a long time, but last night it came to pass. And at the end of it, they were like, did you say this is your first time doing this? So I was like, yeah. So apparently I did pretty good. So I wake up, and I have a picture of my friend Megan, who is how we got tied together.
Yeah.
It's even more smaller and weird,
Yeah.
right? She sends me a picture like, hey, this girl had this, and I seen it when I came in, and I was like, who? And she's like, well, last night she said her boyfriend was at this place, and this guy was speaking, and it was really good, so he got the hoodies and everything and gave me one. So the next morning I wake up to that. To one of the guys that was out there listening, got the hoodies, gave it to the girlfriend, my friend Megan, how we got connected, sends me the pictures of it, and was like, yeah, it says really good. So the thing is, like, I don't take any credit or glory from it. I'm simply operating out of my gifts and out of my purpose and the calling and anointing that God has placed on my life, and I'm just the vessel, and it's all God. It's just humbling and rewarding and gratifying to be able to be used by the creator of the universe to help people, to touch lives, to be in a position to be able to give, to be able to speak and speak truth rooted in love and point people back to our Heavenly Father. It's beyond humbling, and everything's taken off. So good news is it's going to be I've shipped something out to another country. I'm getting ready to ship to another country on a whole nother continent, and then to another one. So it's going to be and Vernon took it back to Budapest, Hungary. So it's going to be in 4 other countries on the other side of the world. And I prophesied that too. I said last year, I said it's national today and it'll be international tomorrow. So that's why I tell people, be very careful of your words. Be very careful of your words, and your words start as thoughts. So be careful how you think. That's why you have to transform your mind. You got to be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So I ain't gonna start preaching at you.
That's why he made me wear the confidence shirt.
Yeah.
He said you gotta be. Do it, fake it till you make it.
I hit him with the dad.
Yeah, you did. That was such a dad move.
It's like it went out of style, but I'm bringing it back.
It's
they're
okay.
bringing back bell bottoms. Why not? Right?
Oh yeah, I'll rock them.
No, you would. You got anything else you want to add?
Oh yeah. So I'm very rarely going out anywhere these days, due to all this stuff. But I go 2 different places, and one of the places I went, I run into this girl who has a hoodie. And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I know 2 people who already have your clothing, and I don't know that many people. It's just like, he was already in the circle. It was like, if it didn't reach me that day, it was eventually going to get to me because it was closing in. And it was a message that needed to be heard. And I am mind blown at the fact that it has just become this, like, it's like blossoming. And it's growing, and
so fast,
and it is touching people. When you put these things on, it's like he said, a thought, and then you speak it. But when you're wearing something that is, trying to portray what your heart is, or you find an article of clothing like I did that speaks to you and reminds you, it is a subtle memory cue that you are clothed in his righteousness. And it's too good. It's too good.
So, and that right there is everything that he showed me in the vision. It was basically, I want it to be something that people, when they're having a hard time or going through something, that can put it on and remind themselves of who they are and who he is, and also a conversation starter to introduce the gospel. That's why it's encourage, inspire, introduce. It's to encourage and inspire us as we go throughout life, and our brethren and everybody else and our neighbors, and also introduce people to the gospel by a simple, just like, what is that? Like the curiosity, and then they see it, and then they start asking.
Yeah.
It opens up conversation, or they Google, and it takes them right into the Word. And that's exactly what God showed me in the vision. That's exactly what he showed me. That's exactly to the T what he showed me, the little God wink. So it's all coming to pass, and in the vision he showed me that it would be big, and that it would do stuff like this, and that would be in other countries, and I'd be speaking in front of crowds, and all I had to do was keep going, not quit, be confident that he would continue the work in me and do what only he could do. And he showed me too, early on, just to be very subtle and just share what's going on and everything. And then later on, as the audience grew and everything, it started to grow to be more and more bold in my faith, and more bold in the speaking, and more bold in the testifying. And it's crazy because it's working. It's almost like God knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So
he had a plan.
So yeah, she doesn't even understand how much of a blessing she's been to me. And even before we got on here and told her, I said, I don't think you understand how many people that you are inspiring and encouraging by getting on here and being confident and bold enough and sharing, even in the midst of everything she's enduring and going through and everything, getting on here and still testifying the goodness of God. And I believe that God's going to reward her for that. And prayer wars, keep my sister here in prayer.
Please.
Lift her up in prayer.
Yeah.
Please stay prayed up and mention her. I'm pretty good. I don't have any prayer requests. If you want to shout
It
me up,
is humbling to know how many people are speaking my name to our Creator.
Mm-hmm.
And
all over our shirt.
Yeah, things have taken a twist, and it's been kind of trying. He brings me this shirt, though. This is not where I'm at right now, but I am going to wear it, and I'm going to remember, that is where I need to be, and confidence is key. God's confident in me. I need to get on board with that.
And then he sends the big dumb bull over again, hey, I don't care what they're saying. Now, let me tell you what God says about the situation here.
Hold on a minute. Then you get the first message. See, he knows. He got to keep sending them to me. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah, she's forgetful, but it's okay.
It happens. I'll blame it on the brain. No, that's not part of it.
So, I think that was, anyway, too, I do want to remind you guys that this will be uploaded to YouTube, and I'm doing another $200 merchandise, the first $200 merchandise giveaway. So once this is uploaded, all you got to do is subscribe, share the video or whatever, and you're automatically entered to win. We see who started subscribing since I announced it, and I pay up. So I'm going to give away $200 worth of merchandise for free. The last two were $100 merchandise. They already got their stuff. I posted it earlier. So you could too. Also, any order $20 or more on the website with free shipping is automatically $50 cash and $50 merchandise giveaway. I have to mention these things because your support and everything is what makes this stuff possible. And, me and Vernon can do so much, but we need your help too. And you get something great out of it. We get to touch lives. We get to encourage people. We get to go to, sober living houses and give stuff away and help people that have next to nothing. And you guys help make that possible in your prayers, if that's all you can do. And plus, we love to give away. You have a chance to get way more than you either purchase or don't purchase at all by simply liking and subscribing to a YouTube channel. And you get to hear awesome stories like this and see this smile. Look, that's worth it right there, right? Is that it? Is that all we got?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so I love you. I don't know if she does, but
I love you.
All right. We love you. Bye.
Bye, guys.